Hey Warriors, today on our self-publishing journey, we're going to be talking about designing a book cover that doesn't suck. Because I'm sorry to say, a lot do. We'll cover tips from Chandler Bolt's book, published, The Proven Path from Blank Page to 10,000 Copies Sold, and tips based on my own experience publishing The Lost Girl, a Neverland story, available October 3rd. So let's dive in. First tip for designing a book cover that doesn't suck, get help. Look, you're not going to be able to do it on your own. If you are new at this, you're not going to know what you need, what it should look like, where you can get the help you need, where to find resources. You're not going to know it all. So get help. Read and research or ask for help when you need it. Read Chandler's book, look up articles on selfpublishing.com or other sites like it, and watch videos like this. So congratulations, you're already taking the first step to designing a cover that doesn't suck. Tip 2, don't design the cover yourself. I cannot stress this one enough. Unless you are a trained designer or are experienced at designing covers, do not try to make your cover in Canva or using some of these new AI tools. You can tell. No matter how good a cover that's designed in Canva is, you can almost always tell it was designed in Canva because everyone's using Canva. The don't do it yourself rule is especially true for fiction. There might be some exceptions to this for nonfiction books. If your cover is really simple or primarily just text on a solid background, you might be able to pull it off yourself and make it look professional. But if you're writing a fiction book that you want to sell online and in bookstores, don't do it yourself. People absolutely judge books by their cover. And whether that's right or wrong, if the reader doesn't know you and your cover looks like you made it or makes the book look like it's self-published, they're not going to read it. Because while self-publishing is becoming more and more common and accepted, unfortunately, there's still a stigma around it. And if you're an unknown and a reader doesn't know whether you're a good writer, a cover that looks unprofessional isn't going to make them grab your book. And I can hear you now, but I can't afford it. And I understand, I really, really do. And we're going to talk about that. Please do absolutely everything in your power, including the tips we're going to talk about, to get a professionally designed book cover. Tip 3, design to your genre. In his book, Chandler Bolt's chapter on cover design talks mostly about nonfiction, but a lot of the concepts there apply to fiction as well. One of his tips says that ideal or future readers should instantly be able to tell what your book is about and if it's right for them. For nonfiction, that might mean clearly stating what the reader will learn in the title. For fiction, that means designing a cover that fits with the genre of the book so the reader knows exactly what they are getting. Look at these covers. Readers who like romance with some historical fiction tossed in know that these are the books they want to read. They know exactly what they're getting when they see these covers. Special thank you to That Artsy Reader Girl for compiling this image. You can check out her website below. When I search young adult fantasy on Amazon, these are some of the first results I get. Look at all the similarities between these covers. You can tell by looking that it's about a young girl and some magic powers, and that's probably all you need to know if you're in or not. When you see a book with a hunky guy holding on to a swooning woman, you know what you're getting. And yes, genre trends change. This type of cover is popular in romance right now, but when you look, you know what you're getting. For my cover, I looked up fairy tale and Peter Pan retellings when I was thinking about how I wanted my cover to look. Luckily, my title, The Lost Girl, a Neverland story, makes it pretty clear what my book is going to be about, so fans of Peter Pan or retellings or Neverland know they're going to like it. You'll like it, trust me. But I sent my designer some examples from these genres that I liked that she could use to get started. So do some research and grab some examples you like. Because now we're going to find a designer. Because at this point you might be wondering where the heck you can find one you can afford. There are lots of sites where you can find affordable designers, but still keep in mind that you might have to spend a little to get a quality design. But on sites like Fiverr, you can sometimes find designers willing to work for anywhere from $40 to $50 to $100 for your cover. But you're going to want to make it very clear what you want, and we'll talk about that in a minute. You can also check sites like 99 Designs, Upwork, and Readsy. You could always get referrals. Ask around. If you're part of a writing community, other writers might have used a designer before. If you're not part of a writing community, you can join ours. Check for the link below. If you're on a tight budget, maybe you can find a design student who needs some experience, but just make sure they have enough experience to create a quality cover. And maybe you can find a designer willing to trade services. If you don't think you have services to trade, offer to babysit. Give them a shout out in the book. Get creative. But if that's what you're looking for, make it very clear. And make it clear that you want to honor their time and experience. Don't ever expect someone to work completely for free. Once you find a designer, create a design brief. Creating a brief can save you both time and energy. Chandler offers a good example in his book, and you can also find some great templates online. But basically, you should include the basics of your book, like the title and your name if there's a subtitle, what your book is about, a brief summary, any thoughts on a color scheme and how many different colors you want, styles you like, examples of other covers that you like, words that come to mind when you think about your book, your genre, of course, and any illustration or images you want to use, or if you're open to them choosing images for you. Make sure to pay for any images you're going to use and make sure you have the rights to use them. Amazon will get you for this, and frankly, you just shouldn't do it. Tip 5, do your research. This might feel like a repeat, but it's important. Look at what other authors are doing. What's popular in your genre right now? Maybe even talk to your readers. Find out what would make them pick your book. Give them cover options to choose from. Make them a part of the process. Get feedback from them. These are the people who are going to buy your book. And sharing your cover design journey is a great way to start to build buzz around your book and invite potential readers to share your journey. A couple of bonus tips for you. If you are an unknown author, your name, unfortunately, is one of the least important things on the cover. It will most likely go at the bottom and be smaller than any other fonts. If you have a really great endorsement from a really big name, or you have an award of some sort, that can go on the cover. Otherwise, endorsements can go on the back above the back cover copy. But again, check your genre, see what other authors in your genre are doing. So there you go, some tips for designing a book cover that doesn't suck. If you're not quite there yet, then check out my video all about editors to help get your book polished up and ready to publish. Now, go fight for your creativity.